Welcome back to An Old Man in a Frying Pan, and it says today we're going to make paella, which is a Spanish dish. It has onions, tomatoes, peppers, garlic, chicken. I'm going to use squid that was frozen, and I'm going to use some shrimp. And it's a bit of a process. So the first thing you have to do is cut up your tomatoes, your onions, and your peppers into small pieces and get them going in the frying pan. So you need a good sized frying pan for this. I'm using about my big 12 one with a good edge on it, and it will hold everything in there really nicely until it's ready. So here's everything chopped up, and I'm just going to go ahead and add it to the pan. I added the tomato and onion, and I'm going to let this cook down and just soften up a bit. Put in a 1/4 cup of olive oil to saute it in. So just give that a stir, and we'll let that continue cooking for a bit, about 5 minutes. So this is the chicken. I've shown you before how to debone a chicken thigh. You need 4 of them, and I'm going to go ahead and go through that process of deboning them and cutting them into pieces and getting ready for the frying pan. I deboned the chicken thighs, and I've chopped them up into small pieces, and I'm going to put them in the frying pan. Chicken's in there cooking away, and I added some salt and pepper to it, and I'm going to put paprika in here in a minute, and then I'm going to add the secret ingredient, which is saffron, and after that, I also put the garlic in. That's really the next step. I'll throw some garlic in, and then I'll put all the spicing in. Here's 3 pieces of garlic. I'm just going to smash them with my blade. Oh, I don't like the look of that one. So we'll grab another. Peel it off quickly and just give it a smash. And that's good. I'm going to put them in just like that. Okay. Put in a teaspoon of paprika. I'm actually going to put in the tablespoon. Okay. I'm adding a tablespoon of paprika to it. I'm going to add a very secret ingredient, and here it is right here. And if you've never used it, it smells wonderful. It's saffron. So I'm giving it a stir. Oh, does that ever smell good already? Woo. Okay, I added a splash of white wine to it, let it cook out a little bit, and then I added 4 cups of chicken broth. And now what I'm going to do is just let this come to a boil. And once it starts coming back up to a boil, I will add the rice. And I'm going to use a burial rice, the Italian burial rice, because I don't have the other one. I think it's called bomba rice. I just don't have it, and I'm just going to make the substitute would be the Italian. It's a short grain rice, but it's a good one to use. Okay, I added about 1 3/4 cups of rice to it. Basically, it's about 6 to 7 handfuls of rice, and you just let it cook now for about 20 minutes. Okay, I'm going to cut the calamari tube into rings like this, and then I'm going to cut them up from there. Again, I had to take a few minutes and sharpen my knife. I was quite surprised how dull it had gotten. So. Now each ring, I'm basically cutting them into 4. And the shrimp is defrosting out. These are getting a little too big, so I'll make those into 3. So I'll do 3 of these. There we go. So one calamari goes a fair distance, and this is just a frozen one that I had in the freezer, and I got it from a fish store that I like. And if you're from this area, you'll know the store. It's called Dave's. I don't have any mussels to put in this, and frankly I didn't want any tonight, so leave it out. I know it's sacrilege, but what the heck, eh? Okay, this is cooked for about 20 minutes, and we're gonna lay the seafood in over top. I'm gonna start with the shrimp and just push it in like this. I'll put that one there. There we go. And now for the pieces of calamari in. Ooh, this is going to be good. Very good. It's looking tasty already. Something there I didn't like. What the heck is that? Oh, it's like a piece from the shrimp. So I'm just going to finish this off here with what's left here. Not wasting a thing. I can't wait for this to be ready. It smells so good. Oh, I lost a piece. That's not good. Okay, so it's all in. The top goes on. I'm going to let that cook for a bit. About 10 minutes. The shrimp should turn pink. And once the shrimp is pink, it's pretty well ready. It's important not to stir it either, because the bottom of the pan, it gets like a little bit of a crust on the rice, and it's part of making paella. So this smells absolutely wonderful. I can't wait for it to be done. Now this is enough to feed about 6 people, so I've got dinners and lunches here for a bit, so it's great. And it's not that expensive to make. Some of it was left, like 4 chicken thighs are cheap nowadays, and it's used 1 calamari and about 8 or 9 shrimp, and it's not a great deal of money involved in this. You can see the shrimp are starting to turn pink, and the calamari is starting to bulge up a little bit, so I've turned the heat off. I'm just going to let this sit for a good 10 to 15 minutes. That's it for another episode of An Old Man in a Frying Pan. I'll take some pictures of the finished product. It's not quite ready yet, but it looks very good. It smells so good in here. It's absolutely a really nice dish. And again, the things with these dishes is take the ideas that I'm cooking with and make it your own. And that's exactly what cooking is about. It's not about following somebody else's recipe. It's not about somebody else's likes. It's about what you like. And that's the most important thing. If you like it, go with it and try it out and see what it's like. And most of the time you'll be surprised yourself how good you really can cook.